What's up, Nightwalkers? Hey, I've got a cool video for you guys today. I'm going to be going over this fully automatic BB gun. So the way I found myself buying this thing is I was looking for a semi-automatic BB gun to take care of mice and chipmunks that we have around the property here. You know, they just get into everything. They get into your engine compartment, your vehicle. They try to get in the house. You know, they're just messing stuff up nonstop. We don't have cats right now, so it's up to me to take care of them. And a semi-auto, or in this case a fully auto, definitely is better in that regard. Right now I got a pump action single shot pellet gun, and it's just a pain in the butt because I just have a hard time getting them, especially at night. That's when I want to go out there and take care of the mice the most. Of course, during the daytime you don't see them as much. And then having night vision, of course. You know, I like the idea of having something like this where I could put red dots on it, lasers and things like that. So I went into this big box store just looking for BB guns. I remember seeing AR-15 looking ones and just wanted to see what they had. And I saw this one. It's a DPMS licensed BB gun. I believe it's made by Crossman. This is what the box looks like. You know, so it's got the DPMS licensing logos on it. Green and black. You know, it's called the SBR. So that's the one I got. And I've had this for about a week, and I'm super happy with it. It does a really good job of taking care of those pests, and it's just a lot of fun to shoot as well. So when I saw it at the store, you know, I had the rep or the employee working there hand it to me over the counter. I was expecting this thing to be super lightweight and to feel like a toy, but to my surprise, this thing actually feels a lot like an AR-15. I mean, it's got the weight to it. The rails all look pretty good, and so I decided to pick it up and see how it is. I've been super happy with it. One thing that was kind of nice about it is the iron sights that came with it. You know, these aren't fantastic iron sights. You know, there's no spring tension on it, no detents, but it was actually zeroed out of the box. So when I got it home, I didn't have to mess with the sights, which then made it easy for me to add the SIG Romeo 5 to it. You know, I just lined it up with the irons. And then after that, I was able to take this Unimax IR infrared laser and then just dial this into the SIG Romeo 5, and I was good to go. I just shot a bunch of cans and had no issues with those whatsoever. And then even with the mice, it was confirmed I can get hits on them, no question. The rails are really good. As you can see, I got this VTAC sling mount on it, M600V, and then the Unimax IR. The stock is multi-positionable, or positions as well, so you can slide it in and out. There's no good way to mount the sling on the back, so I just looped it around this part right here. But my understanding is that with some modification, you could put different stocks on here, as well as the pistol grips, I believe, go right on. One thing that's cool with this gun is the selector switch. You know, you got your full auto position here, which puts it in full auto, which is pretty slick. The trigger's pretty heavy, but you get used to it, and it's still pretty accurate. It doesn't pull the shots off at all. The actual charging handle does function. As you can see, you get some actual movement there, and it does have some blowback action to it. The bolt catch actually works, just like an AR. So it's kind of cool. You get your reps in, you know, without shooting actual ammo, which is pretty slick. They do give you 2 magazines. The magazines are pretty heavy. They're definitely heavier than an actual AR-15 magazine. And the way you load it is the CO2 cartridges go in here. You get a wrench with each magazine, and that's for, you know, going in here to these screws, which then press the canisters down, you know, to charge the magazine and then get the weapon so it'll function. If you see here on this part, it says first, and so you actually have to get this one in first before you do this one. Otherwise, if you do this one, you'll just empty all the gas out. That happened to me twice before I realized what I was doing. But generally, just keeping this wrench out in your pocket with a few extra of these canisters, you know, does the trick. It did come with this vertical grip, you know, or hand stop, whatever you want to call this thing. I don't like these, so I just took it off. And the way you load the BBs is you see this little piece right here. So this has to come all the way down and then lock into this notch. So the spring's out of the way. And then you load the BBs into this little hole right here. And then the loading tool they give you is pretty cool. You know, it holds all the BBs in it. It's got this lever you press down to release the BBs. And it's got this little notch right here. And so what I do is I just take the notch and lock it in here to this piece, or this notch right here, so that the loading hole is exposed. Take this thing, stick it in there, press it in, and just like that, it's all loaded. It holds 25 BBs. Then you just have to release that so it puts tension on it, so, you know, push the BBs up so you can fire them like that. In full auto mode, I haven't had any problems at all. You know, once the gas starts getting low, it'll start just letting out small bursts, and you can see the BBs just kind of fall off. They don't have much, velocity to them. And at that point, you just got to crack it open and put new canisters in it. But it works really good. And these magazines, they're the same dimensions as an AR mag, minus this piece here, but I was able to take the extra mag and stick it into a paddle magazine holder in my belt and use it that way. But honestly, I just find myself just taking the one mag, taking it out, and just loading it with these BBs whenever I need to. Works out pretty good. So the cost of shooting this gun, it's going to be CO2 cartridges and then BBs. And the CO2s, these are the 12-gram ones. I'm not familiar with these. I don't think bigger ones will fit, just because, as you can see, the way the magazine looks, it's a tight squeeze with these. It is hungry for gas, so I definitely recommend buying a few of these. I've been shooting it a week, and I still have some left over, but it goes through them quick, especially in full auto mode. So definitely get a few boxes of these. But what I'm impressed with the gun is, because it's a lot like an AR-15, I can go out at nighttime, and shoot this thing and go after mice or just plink, whatever I want to do, and I'm not going to wake up the wife if she's sleeping. So that's a huge plus to this thing. The 300 blackout I have is also pretty slick for shooting at night, but honestly, if I'm just plinking, especially going for mice, this thing's just the way to go. With the little squeeze of the trigger and getting a burst off on them, I've had really good luck getting rid of them. Works great, and it's just a lot of fun to shoot. I wanted to make this video and share this with you guys because I found this to be a lot of fun. It's just low cost, especially compared to shooting ammo these days with all the shortages and the cost going up. Just for going out and having a good time under night vision, this thing's pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.